Hi guys, welcome to another answer video. I have once again answered all the questions that I had. I'm sorry for the teeny delay that I had in this week's video. It was because I was having my final exams and now I'm finally done with my first year of MBA at IIM Ahmedabad. And since last week's video, I have also introduced the serial number in both the order of the questions and also within the video itself. So it will be easier for you to track down where your exact question is. That should also help you. And again, like in all videos, you would have in the comments below the webinar links, etc., that I have given. So I hope all of that helps you. So let's get into answers of this week's video.
For jobs and internships in consulting, the basic specialization that you need is for strategy. Although it's not a requirement, strategy would generally come from a basic knowledge of all the different fields, especially like marketing. And I mean, essentially, there's a strategy field or a business policy field in every MBA college. That is something you can look at. This is something which you essentially learn in your MBA college. So, yes, it is extremely hectic with all the assignments, projects, presentations. But I think once you get into it and once you know how to manage your time and your priorities, you will be able to do it. Everyone is. Some people take a bit less time, some people take a lot of time. So, just try and identify your priorities and then accordingly manage your time. See, if you are an UPSC aspirant, I don't really see why you should be reading a lot of different books. I agree self discipline is extremely essential for preparing for UPSC especially. So what you can do is try and gauge the kind of motivation you have per day. For that, something you can do is you can write your goal for the day every day and then see how many times are you able to accomplish it. This is something that will keep you self motivated. Also, installing some apps like the trackers, etc., in your phone would help you in a way like it will tell you how much time you're spending on your phone. And having a track of all this generally keeps you aware of what you're really doing and then helps in your self discipline. Also, if you, I mean, some hobbies you can try to keep yourself a bit engaged apart from studies, but not really for your resume if you're preparing for UPSC. I am majorly targeting consulting. So, even though there's no specialization in IIMs per se, but I'm taking a few courses around that. Well, there are a plenty of jobs. There are consulting jobs, finance jobs, which includes your markets, investment banking, and a lot of different things, and marketing jobs, then your general admin jobs, management jobs. So there are plenty of jobs. Also, PM Tech, which is also an upcoming sector. So you will have all kinds of jobs, whatever you like after your MBA. No, it won't essentially be any tougher. Also, you can look at the FABM program in IIM Ahmedabad, which is there, which is essentially for food, agriculture, business management, if that is something that interests you. I am extremely thankful for this compliment. That is why I'm putting this in the video here. Thanks a lot. This gives me a motivation by itself. See, your background academics are okay. I don't know if you will be able to get into IIM Ahmedabad per se because of your BCom marks, but then they are not really bad. Now, if you had taken a gap of 8 months and prepared and got 30 percentile, I would ask you to rethink whether you want to really do an MBA. So just think about it. If you feel that you have the caliber and this is what your aim is, then definitely give another chance. But it is extremely difficult with a job when you were not able to prepare without a job. For that, I would ask you to look at my strategy videos. You'll have them in the comments below. You should essentially be as frank as possible. So, if you were facing some health issues and that was serious enough to guarantee a break, then you can very clearly come about and just say that this is what happened. I was doing this and I was planning, but then my health deteriorated, and that is why I was unable to do it. I did not take any leave per se, but I did take work from home for around 10 days. And yes, that essentially gave me some extra time because it used to take me around 2 hours to travel to work every day. Yes, you will face some problems in getting into the top IIMs at least. I would request you to have a look at the different IIMs breakup of the marks that they give. But that said, I think that if you are able to get a very good percentile and have good enough 10th and graduation marks, then it should, I mean, even though you won't get to the top IIMs, you should be able to get somewhere. Well, I don't know the exact words that I have used. You can first look at my transcript that I have given on Quora for all the three ABC interviews that I had taken. Secondly, why MBA for you should be dependent on your background. So, what I said was that while doing my graduation at IIT, I was also pursuing different things like a lot of PORs in my annual cultural fest and training and placement cell, and I just developed a knack for a bit of overall problem solving. And when I got into a job at Opera Solutions, where I was essentially a consultant, I thought that this is something I like. And to get a broader perspective of the overall business, I would like to do an MBA. Yes, I am glad to say that I was able to. So this takes a little bit of time management. So for me, I used to leave for office around 9:30, 10, and come back around 9. So after coming back, I did not have a lot of time to spend on preparation. Yes, the 10 hours or the 12 hours that I spent in office, I really worked. So that is how my job was managed well. But before going to office, I used to try and study for half an hour or 1 hour, and I did get some kind of leeway, as in I said that I won't be coming in on weekends if that is necessary, because I had joined a coaching institute. And yes, my office gave me that leeway, and that is how I was able to manage both of them. I took the time coaching material, which I did not essentially study. I just studied my notes, so I'm not the right person to tell you this. I am just surprised at the number of people who ask the minimum percentile. There's no minimum percentile. I think you should aim for 100 percentile, whatever your background be. Just try and aim for that, and that is how you will get it. There's no minimum percentile. It depends on criteria every year. It depends on the kind of applications that come in every year. See, while your call center experience might count as an experience, work experience, but your 10th marks are less and you have got a back, I would like you to rethink whether you want to do an MBA. I think you should try and take up any job that you get, then try and build over it. Learn a lot on the job, grow in the job. And that is how you should make your career, because your past percentages, etc., won't let you get into a very good college. Firstly, a 4 year gap would be a bit difficult to explain if you have got no genuine reason. Secondly, as you're 27, I would advise you that, without any work experience, and it might become a bit difficult for you to get into a good college. So I think you should go ahead and take a job that you like, or that is something that you know you want to do. And then after a few years, probably apply for executive MBA. You might not get rejected just because of your college, but your 10th and 12th percentages being in 70s might be an issue, frankly. Because in ABC and even FMS, they really consider your background. So I think that, you should definitely try, because you have got work experience also. You'll have a 1 year work experience or more than that till the time you get into the college. You can definitely try. And if you think that you get a really good percentile, then yes, I think you should just focus on your CAT percentile for now, because that is required for your calls. I just studied from my notes, but I think you can take any institute's coaching material. That should be good enough. It is essentially as many number of times you require to get that topic into your head. So if you think that you require to revise something 10 times, then only you will be able to understand it, then well, that is the number for you. No, you don't need a collateral security. Everyone gives you loans only because you're getting admitted into these colleges. Secondly, there are a few merit cum means scholarships which will be informed to you whenever you are getting in any college. So it is generally college specific, or it comes from the central government, which depends on your caste or on your native state, etc. Well, you know that this won't really help you in your UPSC exam, When you are focused on and when you want to clear an exam, I think you should keep the distractions to the minimum. Watching seasons up to 8 hours a day is essentially the biggest waste of time that you can do. I think you should try and refocus yourself. If you think you cannot stop it, just close your internet connection, or remove that hard disk from your computer if you have any. Delete those TV series. This is the only way that it will help you. Engage in something more physical, probably some sport, etc., if you want to just burn out energy. Also, well, although it's very non-correlated, but my favorite season couple is Monica and Chandler. I relate with them a lot. Yes, he can get into IIMs. Probably not IIM A and B, but probably some other IIM if the CAT percentile is good. Yeah, definitely. I think many of my friends are doing that. Many of my people, the people I know, they want to join their family businesses or want to start something on their own, and still they are over here gaining some kind of corporate knowledge, business knowledge, and gaining some experience. Sure, I will put that. I thought that it would be visible. It is connected with my Facebook profile, if that helps you. Otherwise, I'll definitely put the link on the comments. See, students of all ages are there in IIMs. Even I am 25 right now. So it's not too late per se. But yes, the question will definitely come of why you are going to shift. So you can probably give some reasoning as to say that you have done so much of industry experience, and now probably you want to start something on your own in the industry. And for that you need a better holistic business knowledge. And this could be one reason if this associates with you. See, my idea is that whatever is necessary for a person to focus on their preparation is their own internal motivation. Okay, I understand that these could be really stressful, but what you need to know is that you need to know your target and you need to know the small steps you need to take to reach that target. For me, it used to be kind of a weekly plan. For a few people, it can be a daily plan as well. And as soon as you cross those to-do lists or you tick those to-do lists, you kind of get some kind of satisfaction within yourself, which boosts your motivation even further. So there are a few things. Firstly, you should be hell-bent on achieving that particular goal you want to do. Secondly, you should be able to focus. You should be able to remove your distractions. And thirdly, you should be consistently doing both of these. Firstly, it was not a 9 to 5 job. It was kind of, I was out of my house from 10 to 9. Secondly, yes, I did prepare, but I was barely able to give any time on the weekdays. Only starting September, I started giving half an hour to 1 hour before going to my job. And then on weekends, I used to go to my coaching institute. That was 4 hours per day on Saturday and Sunday. And I also used to give the mock test. Also, sometimes if I used to come back from my office early, I tried and gave a sectional test and did its analysis. So you can say around 1 to 2 hours on weekdays and almost 6 to 7 hours each day on the weekends. You should take one problem at a time. First of all, short tricks in maths is not something that you can just learn. It will only come from practice and then only you will be able to remember it. Even if you try and memorize these short tricks right now, you might end up confusing them in the final exam. So it's not a good idea to remember. Just try and do a lot of questions and you yourself will understand that this is a better way or this is a quicker way to do it. Secondly, speaking fluent English is again a matter of practice. So identify a few people who you want to talk or who are willing to talk to you in English, and then try and continue doing that for a while. Slowly and gradually, while you are reading English, while they are also learning from some other resources, all of you will be able to speak better English. Well, first of all, thank you. And secondly, yes, the interviewers will find these justifiable enough. It's okay. It's the fact is that you were doing something and you were making, you were just identifying and doing what you wanted to do, and it is completely fine. Also, your 10th and 12th are decent. So, good luck for your CAT examination. Yes, while I really, really want to do that, and even Shashank does, we are having a lot of difficulties in managing our time. But yes, if I am able to do it, I will probably do it on some Sunday when both of us are together. I think this Sunday won't be possible, and after that, my internship is starting. So I will definitely let you all know whenever I'm planning on doing this. Well, I think you should take a mix of all the courses. See, there's no specific vertical you want to go into. You want to start entrepreneurship. So you should take up marketing, you should take up HR, you should take up organizational behavior, strategy courses, business policy. And that should be your aim to get an overall, a generic MBA that will be helpful. While VG SOM is a good college, I think obviously no one would be preferring it over the old IIMs. But yes, over the baby IIMs or the IIMs who don't have a lot of years behind them or a lot of alumni behind them, I think I would prefer VG SOM. I think in my batch we easily have around 10 to 20 GMAT candidates, and they are really smart. So I am really glad that all of them are there. I think your scores are decent enough, and it. I think you would have good chances of getting in through the GMAT route. I'm not sure of the GMAT score that these guys got. Probably you can find that online somewhere. But in case you are not, you can re-ask me. I will surely ask my friends and let you know. See, first things first, it doesn't really matter what other people think of you or tell you. Okay, there are a lot of people, there are students who are like 21 and 22 who are doing MBA with me, and they'll also be earning as much as I am. It does not really matter, what the age of a person is. You need to do what you want to do at whatever time you want to do, okay? So don't get distracted from all these talks. It's okay if your friends have completed their MBA. It's just like trying to compete with people. Okay, so 10 friends have got married, I have not. There's no competition over here. The essential thing is that you should be okay and you should be satisfied with what you're doing. And from your question, I feel that you are. So stay put and put your best efforts. Well, if you're already thinking of CAT, I don't know why did you take science. First of all, because people in commerce have a lot of advantage after coming to MBA colleges and even while their entry. But if you feel that you really want to do it, then biology as a subject won't be helpful, because in MBBS you really need to put yourself in your college academics. So if you feel that you have to do a CAT, have to do this exam, then I think mathematics is the way. Well, I think then you should take a mix of, say, marketing, operations, analytics, because analytics is also the next big thing in consulting. Also, HR in general is helpful in any kind of work experience. Yes, you should have some basic knowledge of finance, but I think that will be covered in your first year or in some basic courses. This depends on where you are. If you think you're getting 20% in LRDI, then that is something that you should focus on. Probably do 10 sets of LRDI. If you think that you don't know RCs at all, then this is something you should be doing, that is 5 RCs daily. It is a personal choice. Yes, you definitely can. I mean, the exams are not very different. Just that maths and CAT is a bit more difficult than GMAT, and English and GMAT is a bit more difficult than CAT. You can very easily prepare for both of them, and if you're starting from first year, definitely you've got a lot of time. See, this can happen due to a few reasons. Probably you are stressed out, probably you don't have a proper way of venting out your emotions. Yes, listening to music will help. Even I have found that there are some instrumental musics which are up there on YouTube which I switch on just so that I can concentrate on my studies, because otherwise my thoughts go here and there. If you think that you're thinking a lot of negative thoughts, then there would be a few good things that you can do. You can probably talk to a friend about that if it is specific to one topic. Or whenever you get these thoughts, take a pen and paper or just write it online. Just write something, whatever is going on in your mind. That will help you vent out your emotions, and then probably you can concentrate. No, there is no requirement of doing your undergrad from NIT or IIT. There are a lot of people who have done undergrads from different colleges and are still here at IIMA. Yes, you can definitely do a part time job and get a good percentile. That is possible. A lot of people do that. I was doing a full time job essentially. Also, I don't know what fees you're talking about, but if it is the coaching fee, yes, that is something you should be concerned of right now. But if it is the IIM college fee, you definitely get loans for that. Even I have taken a loan. First of all, would be to get into a good MBA college. Secondly, it's okay if your family can't afford the whole fee. The point is that most of the people do take loans, and as I said in the previous answer, even I have taken that. Also, if you feel that, I think that you should focus on first your 12th marks, then your undergrad marks, and then only you will be able to get into a good college where you will get, essentially you will get a loan for without much effort. So that is something you should focus on. It's okay, there'll be enough time to earn money, don't worry about it. It's excellent that you have got a good extra carex and you have got decent enough background. Yes, you can probably get into top 10 IIMs because you would have work experience as well. So I think it's a good idea to give a good try to CAT this year. And yes, I mean, your state level chess player title would definitely earn you some good marks in the interviews. Yeah, I think for finance, people who really want to work a lot, it is amazing to do an MBA. And if you are an introvert, even more so if you don't really want to go out and spend time and talk to people. It's completely fine. I don't think that your introvertism would have anything to do with, career and doing an MBA. I am looking at a full time career in consulting. I know I have heard that it can be really difficult, but this is something I want to pursue. And in case I feel that I want to switch fields, then that is something I'll think about then. As you are doing a BTech and you're a female and probably you would have no work experience, yes, you would require at least 99.8 plus, if not 9 plus. And you should start your preparation, although you can do your preparation in around 8-10 months also. But if you feel that this is something you have to do, then it is a good idea to start your preparation beforehand. Given that, I would say do not start it too early because you will get very annoyed and frustrated with those type of questions if you keep on doing them for 1.5 years. See, you don't need to remember rules for vocabulary, first of all. You should just be good in your English, which can come from a lot of reading, writing, and speaking to people in English. Secondly, LRDI is difficult. I would advise you to take a coaching institute's material, start with the very basic ones. Once you are done with those, then try and time yourself and how much time you are doing those questions, and then further go to the next level. See, as I have mentioned before, you don't really need to pay all the fee from your pocket. Yes, I have also taken a loan. The fee is a bit hefty. For IIM Ahmedabad, it's around 24 lakhs. So you will get loans and you get it at a very nominal interest rate. So you don't really need to worry about it. And you should not definitely just forget about it. I think work hard, get a good score, and then get into these colleges. Perfect time depends on where your current preparation is or where your current ability is, essentially aptitude is. So some people start in the last few months, that is 3-4 months. I know a few people who have just given it in like last 1 month and still scored 99. So it depends. If you feel that, I think you should give a mock test and analyze where your percentile lies, and probably then you will be able to gauge. Yes, IIMs do look at good background, academic background. Also, you might have to explain the 2 years of gap after your 11th. I'm hoping you would have a good reason for that. And I mean, yes, if you think that your score is not really good, you might not get into the top 3, 4, 5 IIMs. But yes, there'll be some colleges who might be willing to take you if you get a good score in CAT. I think while psycho or English honors would get you a lot of diversity points while getting into IIMs, you would really benefit from your studies of BMS when you are doing the MBA. So, I mean, I don't know about the university that you're talking about, but I think BMS would help you in the overall course structure better. Frankly, I'm amazed by the number of such questions I am getting. Yes, you can definitely take help from the banks. There are loans available very easily in the top IIMs and top colleges. The banks would actually be pursuing you and contacting you and asking you whether you need a loan. So you don't really need to worry about it. I feel that in the start of your career, you should, I mean, this is just a personal opinion, but you should, be with a firm which gives you a more organized approach. So in an MNC, this is something that you would want you would actually see better. But given that you're talking about an internship, which is a very short duration thing, you might learn a lot in a startup. So for an intern, go ahead with a startup. But if you are starting a job, then an MNC would be better. As you want to do business in your long term, I really don't know how much a tag name would matter. Yes, people who get 99.99 or even 100 percentile have to go through the whole process of getting shortlisted, and there's an overall criteria for that which includes your past marks. Well, I think that your score is pretty less for getting into IIM Ahmedabad, even with the category of SC. I think you should look at some different career options. Probably you can try and give a CAT exam, but I doubt that this will be helpful. You can take some private books or you can take a coaching institute complete material, which is something that I would prefer. No, there's nothing like that. No special preference for people from engineering background. It's just that since a few years, actually before a few years, a lot of engineers were there in the IIM colleges, and that is why there's all this talk about engineers. Yes, you can get into IIMs with BSc botany as well, and you can get good packages as well. I'm not sure where you want to get this update. If you want to get an update on like in a business sense, then probably read some Financial Times or Economics Times. If you feel, if you think that this is something after coming to the MBA college, then you want to get some information about this. If this is regarding placements, then there's placement portal. But I believe that you just want to get regular updates, and a newspaper is the best way to follow. Yeah, if you get 100 percentile, you can definitely get a call from IIM Ahmedabad at least. No worries there. See, your profile would come from different things depending on your position of responsibilities. If you have taken any kind of extracurricular activities that you are interested in or have done in your past. And this is how this can help. Otherwise, you can definitely do some volunteering or some kind of internship if that is something that is available to you, and that will help build your profile. So, for doing an internship in IMA, I believe the route is mostly like it is in different colleges. You have to approach the professors, their email IDs are there on their web pages. You need to let them know why you are interested in working with them and how you can help and how long you can help. And this is something which should help. Yeah, I was working with Opera Solutions as a consultant. It is an analytics consulting firm. And for us, even in IIT Delhi, there were no core biotech firms which came for the final placements. So if someone wanted to do something in biotech, they had to probably do a PhD. I think you should go for a focused course in a good coaching institute. They provide a lot of guidance, and it was really helpful for me at least. There is a lot of syllabus to be completed, and I think you should really get into it and focus for your IIT preparation if this is something you're serious about. Well, what depends? Firstly, for getting into IIMs, no extracurriculars would not have that much of an effect. WorkX would probably be a negative point if you don't have any. It's okay, whatever field you are from, it's always good to bring diversity to MBA colleges. But during placements, if your scores are not good, suppose you want to get into finance now, okay, and you are doing well in those kind of courses. But if your scores are not good, that is something that will not happen because they look at many different criteria. So, although it will not matter what background you're from, till the time you're preparing, you are doing well in your college, but I think your scores somehow matter. See, I really want to do something for public policy, but I did not want to. I did not want to give UPSC specifically because being with politicians, getting involved in politics is something that I did not want. MBAs, yes, in general, do earn more than UPSC if they are honest enough. And if you don't really want to go into villages and you want to earn money, then I think MBA is a better option. Firstly, you have given only one AIMCAT. Your scores are decent enough. Given you're from a non-engineering background, you'll get the leverage of being from a diversity background. Secondly, I would ask you to look at my strategy videos. You will find the links in comments. In corporate jobs, at least in the first 2 to 3 years, a good work life balance is extremely difficult because they will test you on how much you're willing to do for your firm, how much of rigor or hard work you can put in. Also, because I'm studying in a college, I'm not really earning anything. Yeah, I mean, your scores are decent. Definitely, your 12th could have been better, and that is where you would lose some of your marks, but otherwise, it's good. You can get a call. Well, it was a choice that I have taken because even though I wanted to get into some kind of public policy, but I thought that going from a consulting route might be a better option to be an advisor because I did not really want to be involved with the politics of execution. I I am just solving this on the fly. I don't think that you have enough information for solving this question. It has two variables of M and W and the total work, and I think you would require a bit of more information to solve this. Also, not really a good platform to ask these questions. No, no. Once you are there, I think all of them are the same, provided that they do all the hard work that is required. People, even from a general background, etc., if they don't really work hard and if they don't really show that they are willing to, work in the study groups, they will get discriminated. Like it's like how much you work, and that is essentially it. So there's no discrimination. See, the point is that with your academics, it's really tough to get into the top three IIMs at least, and I'm being very frank. So the thing is, either you can settle for a lesser popular IIM college or lesser ranked IIM college, or you can try and have some kind of work experience, get good work, and then probably get into executive MBA. Well, even though it majorly depends, I think definitely in the first few years there won't be a very good work life balance if that is something you're looking for. You can probably take a job in general management or PM Tech to get some sort of work life balance after 2 3 years. It depends on what kind of preparation you had done when you got this percentile. If you think that you barely did any preparation, then well, I think you can give yourself another chance. But if you feel that you have really prepared a lot, then I think you should just kind of think of some other, career progression that would suit you better. Yes, definitely start mocks as soon as you start your preparation. You should know where you stand, what you are doing, and like how you're progressing over the preparation weeks. And after 10th, if you have any gaps, I don't think it's a while back, so there might be a question about it, but it won't matter that much. Yes, it's always a good idea to be doing a job while you're preparing. But that said, if you feel that you are unable to cope up with both your job as well as your preparation, there's nothing wrong in taking a leave for a month or two during the last days of preparation. Also, when you say you're not good in maths, firstly, look at my webinar wherein I have explained how to prepare for the quantitative ability section. And secondly, it will depend on where exactly your preparation lies. You might be at a stage where you would need to take up class 10th NCRT, or you might be at a stage wherein you just need to increase your accuracy, increase your focus, and increase your speed. I think all the different students should definitely aim for above 99 percentile. For non-engineer, definitely you have a benefit. I know people who have around 96 percentile from general as well who got into IMA. So I mean, you can just have a look at the cutoffs if you have to, but I think your aim should be at least 95, even if you are from a reserve category. See, there's no specific specialization at IIMA or the top IIMs for that matter. But I am focusing on courses regarding strategy and business policy, which is something I would like to do. And these are things I want to learn, and that is what I am doing. You have got a very good profile, and also you are from diversity academic background. So I think you should be good with something above 98.5. You should really be good with something above 98.5.
So these were all the questions that we had for this video. Also, for my next few days, so I am flying off to South Africa for my PNG international round. So I'm not sure where exactly I would be able to, reply on in the next week or after that, because I'm also starting my internship from 1st of April. So even though I'll be trying my best to reply to your questions as soon as possible, please bear with me if I have a little bit of delay. So this is all I have to say right now. This is Chavi Gupta with a favorite cameraman Shashank Karnawat.